This is a place.
This is the place?
This is a place. We want to talk about. This is a place.
Welcome to this week's episode of This is a Place podcast. My name is Matt.
My name is Brandon.
My name is Nate.
And I wanted to wish you guys a National Splurge Day, which is very relevant to our episode today.
Look what you did there.
Yeah, because maybe sometimes you take money with you to play games or gamble and that kind of stuff, but you also end up just splurging and wasting all your money.
Splurge is Nate's middle name.
Oh, Save is Nate's middle name.
I know.
Save.
If it's a
So you
deal,
can
it's then he splurges.
This is true. I did last weekend.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Are you gonna
I mean,
make the
let me-
listeners guess?
Let me tell you. Yeah, there you go. So you guys played a little game. I was up at Snowbird for our week at the Iron Blossom. We went over to Snowbird Center, as they call it. They have a few shops there. And the guy says, we have so much inventory, we just have to clear it out. So the big purchase was a ski suit that looks like it's from 1991, 92.
Yeah.
Normally retails for, what was it, $375?
I think so.
And then I made you guys play the guessing game of how much did Nate pay. And you think you guys would know me better by now. But
Well,
I don't know. Should we play the game with the listeners or do we tell them how much I paid?
Just tell him.
Just tell them. Just tell them. Okay.
Well, what did we guess, Brennan?
You said $375 is the retail. I guessed. Well, Matt guessed first, right?
Yeah, I guessed first. Let me pull it up here.
Matt guessed
375.
103.26.
Yeah, 103.26.
I said 55.30, and then we were both wrong. They gave us additional guesses. Matt guessed lower, 23.17. I guess 67.22. But the true price of this retail for $375.
Actually, it's $379.99. I went back and looked.
Oh, even more.
$380. I got
Basically.
it for $10 before tax.
How did you do that? How did you finagle that splurge?
So we're there at the shops. He's telling us the sales is going to be tomorrow. We're like, oh, doggone. I'm like, I need that. Like
It's like
on
the episode of
Dynamite.
Seinfeld. Oh, yeah.
No, I need that. I want that. The ship in the container. I needed it. And I'm like, we're coming back tomorrow. This was Friday, I believe. And we leave on Saturday. It's like, ooh, the guy says they'll open up at 10, but he might open at 9. Do I go for early? We kind of walked around Snowbird Center for a while and we came back. And I think my little sister said, hey, we'll make it worth your while if you give us some deals now. And they're like, oh, we got our system up and running. It wasn't working earlier. That's why we're going to do it tomorrow, but we'll do it right now. I grabbed my 3 suits, grabbed a bunch of, they had shirts that are normally, dude, it was crazy when they rang us up because they rang it up wrong. They rung it.
That's it. Yeah, wrong.
They rang. When he rang us up for everything we had, they had to do it like at the original price and they go through and manually take everything down. Everything we bought was total like $1,700. And then he's like, oh, your total is like $103 or something like that. You're like, dang.
Wow.
So
What place was this again?
It was just like they have Snowbird Center's kind of like their little hub for this, where you get your tickets for skiing. They have some restaurants, they have some stores. So this was like on their main level. They had like 3 stores that were participating in the sales, I should say. And I guess they were all in competition who could clear out the most inventory. But they all basically had the same items on clearance. But yeah, so like their little kind of souvenir store that has like the shirts, we got a bunch of like sweatpants that say Snowbird on it, which is great because I'm always looking for Snowbird gear, that stuff at the logo of Snowbird. And you just don't really find it a lot of places, and it's usually really expensive. Seems weird that we have to pay a lot of money to advertise for them. So yeah, we made out like bandits, bought a lot of stuff, and then got my suits. And then part of me was like, dang, I should have bought like a box of them. I'm sure he
And
would have gone
sold
to the
them.
back and then yeah, well hold on to them till like what, September, October, when people are looking for
Mm,
ski stuff.
Yeah.
Because this one I think has a Snowbird logo on the back, but I did the little Google Lens and like Macy's department store sells them, and it's ones without the Snowbirds logo, and they're around $400 there too.
you
So
could
I'm
have
like,
took
I'm
that thing
sure
off.
we could have retired. I could have bought so many Bitcoins with all the money I made.
But your bank account doesn't know you saved $1,600. It just knows that you spent $103.
Mm-hmm.
So
Who says that? Isn't there somebody that says that? Or is it you?
I say that to my mom.
Okay.
She's
That's
like, I
guy.
went to Kohl's.
That's guy math
And
versus girl math.
yeah. My mom is the biggest Kohl's sucker. She's like,
Oh
I
my
saved
gosh.
$103. I'm like, Mom, you spent $400.
To save that $100.
Yeah.
I feel like Kohl's and a lot of stores do it for the most part.
Even Walmart does it, or Amazon. They tell you how much you saved. Like, no, I didn't save anything.
Well, it depends, right? If you could buy it cheaper down the street, then you didn't really save anything. But
Mhm.
Kohl's, for example, I feel like they're like, here's this T-shirt. It's normally $60, but we'll give it to you for $15. But you would normally pay at any other store. But they make you think like you're getting this screaming deal. Like Kohl's is great when they do their clearance and they do like coupons on top of it, but regular normal day shopping there. And you know who else does that gimmick right now, I think a lot, and I don't like them very much anymore, is the MPS store.
Mm.
They do this
I,
like, oh, here's, we're doing half off, but can I tell you one more funny story? It has to do with MPS on a deal.
no. We're moving on to
No, no, Matt, you were not.
Thanks for that segment, Nate. We're moving on. He started the
This one's
episode.
funny. This is
he's
a good
running the ship.
MPS. I did go to MPS. I know I kind of swore him off, but we were near there before we went up to Snowbird. And Macy's has great cheese balls. The green onion cheese ball at Macy's is great, but the distributor for their cheese ball had a bucket full of 17.5 pounds of cheese ball at MPS the other day.
oh,
Can you guess how much I paid for that one?
I don't want to guess. That's
Oh,
disgusting.
man. You don't like cheese balls?
Did you eat all the cheese balls?
Oh, heck no. But it was, I could not buy it. We were on a
Let me get
snowbird.
$2.17.
Well, I like you're thinking $4.99. So, which is crazy because
Did
at
you go
Macy's,
back and sell
you
it to
buy it by the
Macy's?
pound at Macy's. It's like $9 a pound at Macy's.
Oh man, you should
But
sell it outside of Macy's.
I should have, but
You
I
get your
just
cheese
went
ball.
like because we go up the snowbird with our family and our it's kind of like a mini family reunion with my siblings, and then my cousins also come up halfway during the week, so everybody got a lot of cheese ball. I made sure we did not come home with any cheese ball.
Oh,
You guys
People
want
like
to know?
cheese balls?
You guys want to know my favorite place to splurge though?
please.
Nope. I know. Holiday oil.
The games at Lagoon.
The games at
But you don't
Lagoon.
even go to Lagoon, Brandon. You don't
I-
even go to Lagoon.
He doesn't even
Oh,
go
that's why,
here.
because you can't afford to, because you already splurged last time you were there.
Exactly.
You lost all your money.
Yeah, my wife took one look at my Lagoon game spending budget, and she said, "No more."
So the listeners don't know this story, but last year when we went for Frightmares, Brandon had cash on hand to buy his family season passes for this year, and he ended up spending it at all of the games.
And on a beaver tail. Don't forget that.
And no, I bought you the beaver tail.
Oh yeah. Where did all my money go?
Yeah.
Yes, it's very unfortunate. I love the games, okay? I see the big elephants or the big what kind of prizes
now-
do they offer?
Right
What's the
now
big
there's
prize?
a lot of
Stitch?
yeah, they've got today I saw some Sonic characters, Sonic Tails,
Oh my gosh, my son wants those.
a lot
bad.
of Minecraft.
Well, have you already said, Matt, how you can just buy them?
I have not. Yeah,
Okay.
this is something I just
Don't tell
recently
people
learned about.
this. Don't tell people. This
Well,
I'll have to
Th-
edit this out, otherwise we'll get sued.
no, this is how they do it at Lagoon now. I just
listen
found
up,
this out.
Brandon. Listen up.
Oh, I thought you
So
said you
my
could buy them like wholesale, and then okay, go on.
no. So my kids would go play with my wife, and every time they came back with a prize, and I'm like, that's amazing. Like they're just that good, I guess. And it turns out the games that they're playing, you go there and there's a $5, $10, or $15 prize, and you pay for that prize, and then you just play the game. So you could lose the game, and you still get the prize.
Really? That's how every game works?
Not every game, no.
Oh.
So I'm not full like I don't fully understand it, but the ones my kids like to play, they're getting a prize. So every time we've gone to Lagoon, we've come home with new stuffed animals. Spencer got a creeper today. Macy got a pig, and Colton got a Wonder Woman. Oh yeah, there's a lot of like superhero.
Generic superhero.
Yeah. So anyway,
Okay. Okay.
so that's the prize situation. But yeah, games they've been around. I mean, you walk in and you know you're going to see Whack-A-Mole on the right, always. And sometimes you see people playing there, but it's been a long time since I've seen it. I don't feel like if you go to the left, I feel like that used to be the water balloons with the clown heads. I feel that's changed, I believe.
How early have they had the what would you call it? Midway style? And there a lot of them are on the midway in the location of Lagoon.
Yeah,
But I mean, how long has that been a thing?
I was hoping you had the answer.
I'm gonna say I can't find a definitive answer, but the earliest games I'm seeing on the website are the late 40s. Is that kind of when the is that the midway
Era?
era?
Maybe.
Maybe. The
I wonder if
earliest
they're.
I can find is 1947. So that's what I'm gonna stick to.
I wonder if there are any original games still there.
I am not seeing
The one closest to roller coaster seems like that's been there forever. The one where you knock
milk.
the milk bottles.
I think the old school looking milk bottles is deceiving, and you're assuming it's been a long time, but I'm not seeing anything earlier. 1982 is the earliest. Oh, sorry. You are right.
Was I really?
You really are.
Just a wild
1954
guess.
is when Spill the Milk opened, and that looks to be the earliest one on this list.
All right.
Wow. Well done.
Thank you.
You win. But maybe, so it's quite a long list. We could probably go through all the current games. The former games list is way too long, but let's talk about what games you have played.
Growing up, I liked the game with the wiffle balls and the colored cups, mostly white, and then there'd be green, blue, yellow, red, maybe.
Think you throw the ball into the cups?
Yep. There was one on either end, basically. I think there was one by the water fountain on the north side, kind of by Jetstar, and then there was one in the south side by, like, right where you get on the sky ride. So I feel like we played that a lot. My sister won the jackpot there. I don't know if that's what you call it, the big prize. It was a giant lizard, orange and red lizard. It was huge. It could barely even fit in our car, and we had a huge car.
I
We had
remember
to
those
carry,
things.
yeah, we had to carry that thing around all day. It's like, oh crap. I guess I'll be carrying this around.
Yeah, the hack is to, if you're going to play a game and you want to win a prize, do it at the end of the night
Yeah.
or on your way out. Okay.
Why?
Do you want to carry around a 20-foot lizard all day, Nate?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that they would give it to you for free.
I mean, maybe that too. I don't think the prizes are not perishable, so they're not trying to offload them at the end of the night.
If you go like on one of the last nights of the season,
Maybe.
Nightmares, they might be a little bit more generous with their toys.
I think you're being
Probably not.
overgenerous in your assumption that they would do that.
Yeah.
That stuff just goes right back into the opera house for the next year.
Yep. That's exactly right. Right into the opera
Well,
house.
I'll tell you this, Brandon. I think it was like the last week of Frightmares. They have punch cards, which I don't think they let the employees sell anymore, but they used to could.
Okay.
And let me tell you right now, you can save $5 on the punch card with your season pass. So instead of being $30, you get a $30 punch card for $25.
So what
Anyways,
does a punch card do?
It's a punch card gives you games, so you can go play the games.
Oh,
You
I
win
bought that
prizes, or
today.
you just get to play games?
Yeah. So you can play the games, right? So it's $30 worth of games for $25. Is
But
that
no
what you
just did that
prizes.
today. Yeah.
Okay. So
was
I can't remember
$25.
is the punch cards. What's that?
And it was $25.
But they gave you $30 worth of credits.
Yes.
So does it
Yep.
say like $30 on it? I can't remember what it says on the.
They give you a card and it has a square, 30 squares around the edge of the card with the number in them. So there's 30 squares to cross out.
Okay, so every time you play a game, it's one square, or does it depend on the game?
It depends on the price. So when my daughter and her friend played for the $10 prize today, they crossed out 20 squares.
Holy crap!
Yeah. So, and they did ask, so this is news to me. They asked, "Are you season pass holder?" And I was like, "Yes." So we got $5 off. And I'm like, that's the first time my season pass has benefited me. Obviously, besides,
Getting
I mean,
into the
obviously,
park.
besides getting into the park. But
You're saying
like,
similar to like
Hold on.
Disneyland, you get a pass holder discounts.
Here we go. Well,
Right.
Matt, this might be news to you. You can save $13 on a buddy pass,
oh, I did that too. Okay, that's my second
and
thing.
then you can get $5 off Catapult, $5 off Sky Coaster, $1 off Thunder Raceway, and if you go to Laguna Beach, you can get a tube for $2 rather than $5.
Oh,
So there's some perks to having that season pass.
I used 2 of those today. Yeah,
There
we
you go.
took a buddy with us, so it was only $93.
Excuse me?
And
You took a buddy?
Anyways,
yeah.
can I go back to my story now?
Go back to your story, Nate.
you were telling a
So
story.
it was like the last week of Frightmares, and the kids at the booth used to be able to sell those punch cards. And I think they were having a contest who could sell the most, or maybe they were trying to pocket some cash, but
Or maybe they just or that board.
or whatever.
There was no
right?
incentive.
But one kid was like pushing hard, and I felt like I was in Tijuana. And like, I know how to negotiate. So I got like 2 of those $30 punch cards for like $20. So I didn't get the prizes like we're talking about, but I was able to get him to. I just hold out a $20 bill, and I'm like, "Oh, give me 2 cards." And he's like, "Nope, no big deal." Did the whole like walking away thing. All right. Give it to you. But I'm like, did he pocket that money, or I don't know. But I think
I hope he
there was
did.
something fishy going on where I don't think they let the employees sell the cards anymore. You have to go, right, Matt? Did you have to go to customer service, or where did you buy your pass?
It was at a game, and they did have to write it down in a book. So,
Okay.
I mean, there's ways around that.
Okay, so maybe that's. I just felt like I haven't seen them do that years since, because I always think, okay, we'll go to Frightmares. I'm going to negotiate, get some game cards, and then play some games. But I haven't seen it done. But I feel like every once in a while they'll do even different specials than the regular, just year-long specials. When it gets later in the year, they'll add different perks to your season pass, which usually includes the games at a bit of discount.
There was,
but I don't like
summer.
to gamble, so I don't play the games.
It's not gambling. It's
It's
splurging.
Splurging.
It's different.
Okay.
There was one summer, when we were kids, we had season passes to go all the time. And my older cousin worked with the ski balls. There's like that whole
really?
section. And so he would say, because apparently they had cameras, so he'd say, walk up to it and pretend you put in a coin and then act like it didn't work. And then he had this little tool like on his keys, and he'd just come up and like hit the switch. He'd stick like a quarter size tool inside the little slot, and it would give us a free game. So we did that all the time. When we saw him working, we'd just pretend to go put in quarters and then be like, "Oh, excuse me." it didn't work, and he would be like, "Oh, I'm sorry about that," and just like come give us free games. So, yeah, my cousin Garrett always did that for us, and then he met his friend. No, I can't remember if he met his friend Nick there or if they got jobs together, but Nick worked at the water balloon next to that, so this is closest to Jetstar. The clowns where you'd shoot the clown's face and the balloon would fill up.
Is that still there?
I don't know. I should have looked today, but I didn't realize we were going to be talking about this.
I hope you're
No,
kidding.
I didn't look. So, but I mean that used to be they used to have that game like right when you entered on the left side, and it's not there anymore, I don't think. So, I don't know if they've taken that out. I feel like they used to have the rollerball one with the horses too, and I don't see that game. I think they've taken out the game where you'd roll the bowling
Bowling ball?
ball.
That's right.
Is that
Yeah.
gone?
I didn't notice it today. I
I don't
think
think
they've
I've
replaced it with a pickleball game. There's a giant paddle that just
Whoa,
waves
whoa, whoa,
back and
whoa, whoa!
forth.
You're getting too far ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Slow down. God, giving away spoilers.
This is spoil-free zone. Get out of the garage, Matt.
It looks like the shooting water games have been replaced as of 2018. So there you go.
Man,
Just needed to get through it. What other games have you played, Nate? What are some of your favorites?
The darts, throwing the
At
balloon. There's a beanbag
balloons.
one, which I think I remember the beanbag one when we did it years ago. We don't play many games when we go.
You don't splurge a lot when you go.
That you got a prize no matter what. Is that what you were talking about, Matt? Like you get a prize
Doesn't
no matter what,
every
and then you can
game
trade it?
give you a prize no matter what?
no.
No.
I found that out today because Spencer played one of them that doesn't. And we thought, oh boy, he's going to have a meltdown when he realizes he doesn't get it. And he got the grand prize.
Wow.
Yep.
That means he won.
Yeah, he won. It was crazy.
Any others, Nate? Any other favorites?
I did like back when I was a kid the bowling ball one. That one I always wanted to try. Skee ball was really popular. I feel like they just brought skee ball back.
You're right.
Like it was gone for a minute.
Yeah, it was kind of gone, and then it was brought back in its own like kind of zone, I guess, in 2021.
And then there was the water shooting one, right? That everybody and you needed like that was kind of the trick too, right? You'd only need two people to play, so you tried to just do it with two people, you and your brother or sister. That way, you're guaranteed to win a prize.
Yep.
And then they have a bunch of crane machines. I do like the claw machines.
Do they still have those?
Mm-hmm.
Do they just move locations?
Claw machines?
Yeah.
I think they're kind of over. I know I've seen them when you first walk in the park. You take a left. There's some couple right there. I think there's like a dart or balloon popping game right next to them. I feel like there's a few of them throughout the park.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. It's next to the skee ball on the left side. There's a big crane machine there. And who didn't love growing up watching? Does this count as one of the games where the like hammer, the do?
Oh yeah, that's got to be a game.
Yes.
What do you call that thing? Is it not? Is not around anymore?
Nope.
Well, now it's a big cornhole, right?
Yeah, it's a giant cornhole.
What would you call that game? Hammer game.
Get
Test your
hammered.
strength or something. Stop hammer time.
Hoop. Oh no, here it is. High Striker. Closed in
High
2023.
Oh no, I just missed it.
I was gonna win that game someday when I got strong.
When you would ride the sky ride, you'd go right by it, and it was so entertaining to watch people.
And the sound
Because
of
it
it
was-
too.
Yeah, the sound of it, it was always the macho dads like doing it. Like the
They go,
strongest guys.
"Woo!"
Yeah.
I know regular arcades have a version of that, but it's
Not
not
the
how
same.
hard you hit it. It's like it's supposed to
The
be
timing.
like something weird. Pretty dumb.
It's the timing, and if you hit it like way too hard, it goes out. There's like a limit.
Mhm.
So you just want to hit the perfect amount.
They do have a smaller version of the game still called Rocket Launch. But you can't get that sound back. That sound in that area was unmistakable. Unmistakable? You couldn't mistake it.
Unmistakable.
Yeah, that's a sad one to see go.
Yeah.
They've closed a lot of the basketball games. I think they still have one of them from what I can see.
I couldn't see any open.
It
So
says there
there's
is one over by, and this might not be updated this year, but it's in the over by Samurai Slam
yeah,
Dunk.
no, there's
It's
nobody
gone,
there.
huh?
There's nothing. It's there, but there's
And they
no
next to
prizes
never
set
had
up.
anybody attending that one, even when it was there. I feel like they never worked it.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it just that seems like one that would be popular, especially when the
Oh,
teams are out.
they do have a basketball one because that's the one Macy plays every time. It's right by the entrance to Kittyland.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, for younger kids, it's very small. But yeah, I feel like the basketball one's moved around a ton. It used to be over by Wild Mouse. Oh, well, there is a
Most of them
one
are
by Wild
gone.
Mouse, but it's not open. And
Yeah,
the one I'm thinking of was now replaced by the Hang Time or whatever it's called, where you
hang on the
it's the
bar.
pull up. Yeah, you hang on the bar.
It is called hang time. Yep.
Nice. So yeah, I keep coming back to now that we're talking about games, the one with the horses where you roll the balls,
Hmm.
and that was over by Wild Mouse, and that one's gone now. I think that's all restaurants.
Like beer garden.
I think. No.
Mm.
I think maybe it's still there. I didn't notice it though.
Oh, you're saying over back to the kind of southwest of Wild Mouse?
It's like, yeah, it's directly south. Like the building goes
Mm.
up against
Yeah.
Wild Mouse.
Okay.
So there's that game, and then one of the most awful games I would never want to be a part of, which is Guess the Weight.
Why would you never want to be a part of that one? Like
Oh,
being running it?
yeah. I wouldn't want to be the kid to be like, you're uh, 170 pounds, and they're like, I'm 150.
It's a game. It's a flattery game. I always feel like that's one that I would do really well because I don't look like as much as I weigh.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
I think I can, I could, get away with that one, but maybe not. Who knows? But yeah, that is one that's kind of surprising. It's still around.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Guess your gender. That's probably the replacement. Guess the gender.
And all I have to say is nope.
Guess your sexual preference.
For Pride Month, we're changing it up.
The only game I've ever had success with, and it's looking back, it's probably wasn't as dramatic as I thought it was, but break a plate. It was
Oh
the
yeah.
end,
yeah.
the end of a
That's still
night.
there.
Yeah, that one's still there. It was the end of a night, fantastic day Lagoon, the one of the best, with the family. And we were heading out, and I'm like, I want to play a game. So I played break a plate, and you know, we paid whatever it was, and I think you get 3 balls or something
Yeah.
like that. And on my final ball, I missed whatever the metric was. I don't know if you have to hit a play every time or if you just have to hit one. But either way, I didn't get on my final one. I'm like, oh, so sad. And then the worker gave me an extra ball. And then I threw it and I hit the plate and I won the prize. And I can't even tell you what the prize was, but it probably wasn't that great and it probably wasn't that awesome that it meant something to me, okay? Probably wasn't a big deal, but it meant something to me.
You probably walked out of there in your young brain. You were like,
I'm the
"Well,
best.
I guess I'm going to be a pitcher in the Major League Baseball."
Exactly. Like, this is my calling.
Yeah,
I
I
hope,
nailed
some,
it.
I hope some
One
girls are watching.
that I know some guys who can throw the baseball 85 plus pretty consistently.
That's a different game.
I
Oh,
know.
no, yeah. Okay.
No, we just talked. He just said a baseball game.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, is that like? Do they have rules on that? Like, because obviously every time you
Mm,
play that game, there's really no luck involved. It's pure talent or whatever you
right.
want to call it. But they never really had like the best of prizes in that one, probably for that reason. But
inflatable bats.
yeah,
That
well, I
that
think that's
was
like
the
the
one I
medium
always
prize.
wanted. That was like the coolest prize when I was a kid.
Yeah, you could choose the team. Man, that would have
I
been
just
so.
remember
Or you get
generic
the hat.
colors.
You get the hard hat. Couldn't you get a helmet?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh
That's what it
yeah.
was. Ever got like the
Weren't there hammers
MLB
too?
team?
I want to say there
Maybe,
was hammers or swords. Either way, that
probably.
those are the ones I always wanted. So that's
I,
why I don't think that's what I won though.
But
I
right
was
next
walking
to that
by.
one, sorry.
Sorry, I was walking by the baseball one today, and the worker, just based on appearance, did not look very coordinated. And he went to throw it, and he threw it straight down into the ground, and it was like 40 miles an hour.
He was trying to show people how to do it, or
So was
what?
this speedball?
Yeah, speedball.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think it was a maybe a manager because it was a person that had a clipboard
Oh,
with a nicer Lagoon jacket on, and so he's probably maybe he was teaching him like the rules of the game. Maybe it was his first day, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I can do this," and he threw it, and it was terrible.
Either
nice.
way, it's probably one of those games similar to the what do we call it? High striker. That there's all the people that want to show off, but they don't really
Yep.
have the chops to do it.
Oh, well, the show off one now is the one right by the baseball one where you hang for 2 minutes or 3 minutes.
Yeah, the hang
Yeah.
time.
Dang, I'm gonna practice that. I'm going to my backyard
I
every day and
I've I was
practice.
thinking the same thing. I want to practice it. They always do it at the mall, and
Or they do it like at the city fairs.
yeah,
It's
the
usually the
fairs.
army doing it because they want to see if you're strong enough to join the army.
Yeah, I want to try that one, but I need to prepare. I need to
But the
get
one
those
right by the
calluses.
baseball, the speed one right around the corner is the 3 point shooting one that went away, but I think it's back, right, Matt?
It's like there but abandoned. There's
Okay,
nobody there, nothing.
because
That's
like
where it used to
forever it
be.
was right. They used to do the 3 point shooting. You can win like NBA jerseys, right?
Oh wow.
It was the big one.
And then last year it turned into like a pickleball thing. Like they had these nets, and then you had to like hit the pickleballs into the net. And I don't think anybody tried that. And then you're right. I thought they took away the pickleball, but I thought they were bringing back the basketball. But
Yeah, so the basketball is there, but there was nobody there, nothing there. And the pickleball one was moved over to where you'd roll the bowling balls.
Have you played the pickleball one yet, Nate?
no,
Man, it
Shame.
would be so cool if you were there and
Shame.
I saw you.
I want to see you do it.
hit the pickleballs.
Let's see if there's any other notable current games before we talk about some that are gone. Um,
I remember seeing a kid win a guitar, and I feel like that was also on a wiffle ball game where you'd
that's
throw the
cool.
wiffle ball in the cups, and it was probably like $100 guitar.
Oh,
That's kind of cool
interesting.
though. Slam dunks, people. Tic tac. There's a whack-a-mole game.
Yeah, it's been there forever.
Yeah. Okay, let's look at some of the ones that are gone. Oh, Lucky Ducks. I remember that one. Was that the one where the ducks would kind of just go
Oh
around? And
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
another
you'd flip a
fair
duck.
game you see all the time. That's a former game. A lot of
Or the
basketball
launching the
listed.
frogs. Is that one still there by Rattlesnake Rapids?
What is it called?
Where you hit frogs into
Yeah, that
the
one's gone.
Yeah.
I saw the name of it, but I can't say I lost it. Oh yeah, the Gator Escape. Is that the one? Yeah, Gator Escape. The one that's the most sad to me that's gone is the Bonanza Shooting Gallery, and I can't believe that's been gone since 2003. But it was
Yeah,
very, I mean, similar to what they had or have at Disneyland.
they
Kind of
still have it.
the shooting gallery, old fashioned shooting gallery. You
That's
shoot
been gone
pictures and
since
stuff.
2003.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I always like, I was just, before you joined this meeting, I was telling Nate that's where the saloon is. And I'm like, yeah,
I
it was a
remember
store, but it used to be a shooting gallery.
they made it like a different game too for a while. I can't find where that one was, but it was a way lamer version of the shooting gallery, like a shooting game but different. But like, why would you take out the shooting gallery? I don't know.
People love those games.
I know it's fun to see the things do the stuff.
You had to use your hands. It was a child's toy.
That is the version of a shooting game that I like. Usually, I'm against shooters where you have to shoot to try and do something, but that game is one I appreciate. Okay, Date the Races we talked about, which is the one I think where you'd.
With the horses.
Is this the? Yeah, this had to be the one where you throw the balls, right? I think
Yeah.
so. Lots of darts. Drown the Clown closed in 2017, where
Oh
you
man.
shoot the water in the clown's mouth. Another one that I really liked. Um, let's see. They used to have games called Glass Pitch, where I guess you'd break glass, kind of similar to the spilled milk.
Hmm.
Hot Shot. Oh, this okay. So Hot Shot is the one similar to Day the Races, but you would I think this is the one where you shoot the balls. Ladder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what the ladder one. A lot of people like gathering up for the ladder to see if somebody can make it.
Oh, is that what it was? Oh yeah, Jacob's Ladder. Did you guys ever do that one? That one's one that I always looked at and thought I could do that, but I
Yep.
never would have been able to.
Every person looks at it and they're like, I can do that. I'll just hang on. And basically it's almost impossible because the higher you get, it's on one hinge and it will like it's almost impossible. People have done it, but
I'd say most games are there to try and get you to be Mr. Macho, win a prize for your girlfriend. That's definitely one that would be on that list. And that one's been
they're
closed
stacked.
since 2009.
Dang. Where's time gone, man?
Dude, I don't know. We're just getting too darn old. Moving on, they had a game called King of Thrones that only lasted between 2017 and maybe 2020, where you would toss things into toilets,
Gross.
Oh
which
yeah.
is kind of
Oh
weird.
yeah. And then didn't you win like
What?
a
Hold on.
poop emoji? Sorry.
What is Lagoon's fascination with toilets?
Yeah.
Right?
We'll talk about that in a later episode, but toilets, interesting. They had a Laguna Beach arcade between 1989 and sometime in the 1990s, which is kind of cool.
Sorry to cut you off. The toilets thing, it does remind me that was every year it seems they have a slogan and one year it was toilets, we got them.
Yeah. Weird.
Failed.
Pickleball
I thought it was
challenge.
funny.
Let's see. I was trying to find this other one. So there was this one that talked about remote controlled cars and boats. I almost remember that, but I feel like I would have been too young for that. That was between the 1980s and 1990s.
I do not remember that.
Slap a shot or slap a shot. Slap shot only lasted between 2020 and 2023, which was like a hockey game.
Oh
Right up
man,
your guys' alley. You missed out on
missed it.
touchdown.
Hey. Oh yeah, touchdown. That was a big, famous one. I think that was over where the candy shop is now. Part of the building that burnt down.
There was one called Wrecking Ball where you'd swing a large ball from the ceiling to knock down blocks stacked a few feet away. This was south of the Opera House Square. And then the last one we'll finish with is Unopened Pioneer Village game, which I just thought was a funny addition. After Gene Bob's Gator Escape closed in 2019 and never reopened, this space sat empty until about June 2021 when targets were hung inside the stall. Nothing else ever happened with the game, and then in 2023 it became an additional gift shop. But there's a picture of almost looks like axe throwing or something,
Huh.
but it never became anything. New game that just didn't open.
That's pretty funny.
But all in all, whether we play the games or we just like to have them around, they've always been a part of Lagoon, at least our whole lifetimes.
Yeah.
Just missed a chance, Brandon.
I don't know what.
Whether you love the games or hate the games, they're just okay.
Run it back. Either way, whether you love the games, you hate the games,
or you think they're just okay,
they're there. They're always a staple of Lagoon. And they were a big part of my fantasy as a kid. I don't know if you guys had the same thing, but when I would fantasize going to Lagoon as an adult with a cute young lady with money to splurge in my pocket, I always imagined playing the games and winning the prizes. And I can't say that dream ever materialized, and that's okay.
You still have time. You kidding me?
Like win a prize for my daughter or something.
Or for your wife, maybe?
Maybe.
You ever consider that?
Yeah, I think my kids would appreciate the prize more than my wife. But I did always just really want to win one of those giant teddy bears, you know? And maybe I need to go back and just try and buy one instead.
Yeah. Do the right thing. Just buy it for your kids.
Just win the
That's
game.
what we did. Yeah. Yeah, they will always be part of the Lagoon memory. Obviously they're still there, so we're not saying goodbye, but
They obviously make money, right? Or
they
otherwise they
gotta
wouldn't be
be.
around anymore. Maybe that's why they changed some of them up because some of them don't make money, but it would be really hard to imagine Lagoon. I mean, they take up a good amount of space, but it's not as if you could take them out and replace them with something
Anything.
else, unless it was
Yeah.
a restaurant or something, maybe. But it would be a sad day to see the games go away. Whether, even if we don't play them that frequently, if we don't splurge that much on the games.
I agree.
But let us know your favorite game or the biggest prize you've won at a game at Lagoon. Let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe.
I was
Here.
really hoping somebody would text with the defunct rides.
Yeah,
So if
nobody
you're
did.
hearing this and you didn't, just go to the description of the episode in whatever podcast app you have, and there's a link that says you can text us. You just click on there and it takes you right to your texting app. Send us a message. Let us know. It's super easy. Let us know your favorite defunct ride. Let us know your favorite game. Or if there's a Lagoon episode you want us to do.
Yeah, before it's too late. Because we still have a good couple of episodes to do. We're only three
It's only
in.
just begun.
It's only
Yeah.
just begun. Episode 3.
Or if you want me off the podcast, let us know.
Wait, where's that link?
Thank you for listening to This Is Place podcast.
I love Lagoon.
You trying to make that a thing?
Yeah.
Stop
I
making
love
fetch a thing.
Lagoon.
Oh. Bye now.